All right, I guess with that, then we can just move on to the Amazon reviews from Mike.
I got some good Amazon reviews. As always, lots of angry parents. I'm going to read my own review first. Not enough fart jokes in this one for a movie called The Croods.
I was expecting a little more crude humor.
Let me get some toots, baby.
Yeah, I agree.
I have a review from T Sand, who writes, Nicolas Cage at his finest, the greatest character actor of our generation, has done it again. From simple father to ultimate hero, the Cage delivers a moving performance every father can relate to. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
To be fair, every father in America does teach their children that new things are bad and to fear everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as
very common father trait.
Yeah.
As far as like fatherly content goes, I'm fucking jamming Cats in the Cradle and this movie back to back all the time. So
hell yes.
I have a review from Noah83C who says, cute movie. I liked the movie even though I don't agree with the evolutionary assumptions behind it.
Oh, yes! Yes! We need some creationists here.
But hey, evolutionary theory makes for good creative cartoons and movies. Think Star Trek, Star Wars, etc.
How the fuck is evolution involved in Star Wars?
Well,
I can maybe understand the Star Trek.
To be fair, Star Wars was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, and we evolved from...
And eventually, humans had to evolve into cavemen, and then another galaxy had to be like super sorcerers, like technology people.
Like when people say that we came from frogs or whatever, Jar Jar Binks is the frog.
Yeah.
I have a degree... fuck.
You have a degree in Amazon reviewing?
Kill myself. I have a review from AMC and Two Boys who says...
Oh, wait, the people who helped produce the Walking Dead show?
Yeah, and then Two Boys.
And Two Boys, okay.
And they write, dun, dun, dun. The boys love this movie. It works well for long drives in town.
Yeah. And to be fair, when they mean the boys, they mean the was it the Netflix show or is it
it's Amazon Prime?
Show.
Amazon Prime show, yes. The boys.
Stupid bitch.
Yeah, I like to think this is just a guy and his two friends. It's like me and the boys.
Yeah, me and the boys, when we drive around town, we watch the Croods.
We're gonna drive around town, check out those ice cream prices, and watch the Croods. I have a review from might be one of us, username Old Dirty Priest. Who says, good movie. I think I'm going to buy the physical copy instead. Paying all the time. So this guy has evidently rented this movie a bunch and is fucking sick of it.
Sick of paying.
Does this guy have a Croods rent-to-own program? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. If his Croods rental budget is getting out of hand.
I downloaded a Truebill on my phone, and there's just two categories: groceries and cruise. So
it's like that drill tweet. Like $300 on bills. Like
this is exactly that.
Yeah, $3,600 on Croods every month. I was literally thinking that exact same thing when you mentioned it.
I have a review from Danny Dare, who says, "Dumb, violent, boring."
Oh man!
If you want your little, I don't know if they're referring to their child or their sexual partner.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That was exactly what I was thinking too.
If you want your little to see rocks smashed into people's faces, an elderly woman pushed around, a girl beating up a boy because she feels like it, and fighting every 3 minutes, then this is the movie for you. If a confluence of violence isn't your thing, I'd look elsewhere and skip this drivel. So
now that's from Danny Dare, correct?
Yeah,
I'd rather listen to Danny Filth's opinions on this.
Not very daring of you, Danny.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't. He was very daring when he mentioned his kink.
Yes, that's true.
On Amazon reviews, can you like look at the other things people review? I get so curious about people.
Well,
and I've never really done that.
I think one time when we were going through the World Trade Center, like the movie reviews, there was one person who was a 9/11 truther, and the only other thing they watched was Loose Change. Or they reviewed Loose Change.
Sometimes my favorite thing is when they give you a window into who this person is. Like last week when I read a review for G-Force, and it was written by an old lady who writes about coloring a lot. She's a top contributor. It's fun to stalk these people if you can, because truly the just bottom of the barrel human beings writing reviews on Amazon.
And by the way, it's in real life and online.
In real life and online, but specifically on Amazon, because so many people use it, they just decide to ruin my life. I have one last review, and I think you folks are going to like this one. It's from Ian D, who says, "Glad I rented rather than buying." And Ian D writes, "I found this movie interesting.
Oh.
I think I thought it was a Disney production, and so could count on a tale centering on a sexily strong female protagonist.
Oh my god.
And the Croods does start out looking that way, but after some eyebrow-raisingly sexy shots of Eep, the aforementioned would-be strong and sexy female protagonist,
Why is this?
the story kind of diffuses into a tale about family? Kind of. But it diffuses too much for me to be quite sure of what it's about exactly, and what's going on half the time. A lot of the action didn't make sense to me, and our sexy, capable female winds up not being a protagonist, but just one of the characters in the mix of characters, none of whom are particularly compelling. And over all of it, a glaze that kind of mimics Disney, but is much more saccharine. The songs, the reactions, and facial expressions, they're all too over-the-top sweet for me. It's a shame because Eep is, well, kind of wildly sexy at the outset. I mean, the camera loves her body more than is probably appropriate for the kids'
I told
movie.
you I wasn't the only one who noticed the upskirt shots!
And I'm not one to ever say no to female sexiness. But when I thought about this movie afterwards, I felt like I had been kind of duped. Lured into a mediocre story by a sexy red-headed carrot on a stick. Who then, as I say, kind of disappeared into the mix instead of being the focus of the story, as I would have liked her to be. And not just because she's sexy, but because I love stories that focus on strong, capable female protagonists. This doesn't wind up being one. And that, along with the confusing story and action and excessive sweetness, left me sure I won't watch the Croods again.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Thanks, Andy.
that person was furiously masturbating while writing that fucking review.
What the fuck?
I told you though, I wasn't. When I noticed the upskirt shots, I'm like, someone else has to have noticed that, right? But I feel bad that the only other person who noticed that was the person who wrote their review from federal prison.
See, one of the biggest mistakes.
Please, you got to arrest this man.
Ian D, thanks for not providing your full last name. That was probably smart.
We've made a joke about another reviewer who, like, after writing that review, died in a hail of gunfire because they found their stash of bodies somewhere. That's this guy too.
For sure.
It's probably the same fucking guy who wrote that kick-ass review.
But it's a very common mistake in filmmaking to animate a character who is stupid, dumb, sexy, and then not, fully use them to help me get off my little stinky load.
To be fair,
Yeah.
she is kind of dummy thick, so...
I think sexy is the most used word in that entire review.
Yeah.
It's so fucking... why is he so turned on by this, like, Neanderthal?
Well, clearly the director was because they did so many upskirt shots in the beginning.
Well, you gotta admit she's pretty fine.
Oh my god.
It's just... and well, also...
She absolutely is fine, which is true, but...
Yeah.
And pretty smart to pick an era where she couldn't wear socks or shoes. Just
Well, they did force her to wear shoes at one point, and she didn't really... I mean, she kind of liked them, but I don't think she really liked them that much.
yeah, she kept saying like, I want my feet to be stinky and dirty. Come look at my stinky, dirty fucking dogs, and they're barking.
Yeah, and Quentin Tarantino was like...
I also like that he says this movie is more saccharine than a typical Disney movie. I don't know.
I don't agree with really that much at all.
I know.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's hard to pay attention to what the actual message of a Disney movie is because they're so sexy.
Yeah.
To be
just
fair, it
fucking-
is sometimes hard to pay attention to the plot when you're just cranking your dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like this guy has just spent hours like spanking it to Pocahontas and God.
Now, to be fair, we're not talking about the Disney movie. We're talking about to the actual figure Pocahontas when she was like 12 years old.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking this up. So Eep Crude was, of course, 19. So I feel a little bit less creeped out about this.
Okay.
Yeah, to be fair, the reviewer is like at least double that age.
Actually, so I did take I should share this with you guys. But the picture of the man who wrote this review is troubling.
If to be fair, we're talking about the literal picture or like the picture into their mind palace.
Both.
Okay.
If the review itself wasn't troubling enough, all I really remember taking note of is it's exactly the kind of guy that you would think would write this review. So good for E&D.
Wait, did you save it? You can send it in the Discord.
I'll find it and I'll drop it in the Discord because this you're gonna want to keep your eye out on this guy. He'll probably be on the news.
Well, I was gonna say we don't really have to because if he moves near us, he'll have to introduce himself to us when he moves next door.
Yeah. I mean, this is a top Amazon reviewer. You're gonna want to follow stuff.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what atrocities E&D has committed on Amazon? I plan to uncover them.
So it's Ian D, like the name Ian, and then
the letter D.
Okay.
I'm so excited to look this up, and they've only reviewed like fucking lolly hentai or something.
Oh, by the way, that was a 3-star review. So.
What? Dude used the word sexy so many times.
I clicked on his profile. He's an independent contractor in upstate New York. I should probably not be doxing E&D, but you know what?
How many independent contractors from New York literally listen to this show? You gotta
here, I'll drop his picture in Discord. That's E&D.
No, that's not E&D.
Oh my God! Okay.
What?
I'm looking at it right now. That looks about the age I expected.
Yeah.
This man is a silver fox.
His Amazon bio is: you can tell a lot more about a person by what they say about others than by what others say about them.
Yes, that is very true, E&D.
Yes, Ian, and we got a little window into you.
Oh my God, that's incredible. That's my favorite Amazon review I've ever heard on the show. That rips.
Yeah, this is my favorite Amazon review that wasn't like super racist.
Okay, yes, that's true. Yes.
Upstate New Yorkers, be on the lookout. I guess we got nothing left but to get to the vote.
Yeah,
that was very climactic. That was great.
We'll just move. I was sorry. I was reading more of his profile. But
you can see all of his reviews, which include shirts and noise canceling headphones that didn't cancel noise by the sound of his review.
But yeah, so going out of the vote,